Welcome back to the channel. This is Moparman 1978. For the newbies, the new subscribers, or just the viewers, my name is Jeremiah, or JD, whatever you want to call me in the comment section, whatever. Anyway, out here working this afternoon, one of my days off, trying to get the extension blocks made for the back of the 65 Dart of mine. Since I put super stock leaf springs, and the back end's going to kind of have that street freak look, and also due to the fact that the geometry is a little off compared to the factory, how the shackles in their mounting locations are facing at the current moment. The brackets, or the shackles I should say, the bottom part that comes down and bolts up to the leaf spring should be facing down and back at an angle towards the back part of the car. Well, right now with the super stock leaf springs and the way the early A bodies are done up from the early to mid 60s, the framing's a little different. So the shackle faces, the bottom part of the shackle faces towards the rear end, or the tire, however you want to say it. And so to fix the geometry issue, I came up with this little plan. I bought, in a couple videos back, I showed that I went and bought a 1 foot long section of a 2x4 box tubing, thick wall, heavy duty, as you can see, and took my measurements. I've got stock rear shackle brackets that bolt to the car's frame, stock shackles, and then the ones from Mancini Racing are supposed to be stock replacements, but they're you can adjust the front part of the leaf spring. It's got 2 different hole settings, so you can, depending on how far up the car you want it to stand. Anyway, which is, I don't know, a total of 3 inches eye to eye, or 2 inches. I can't remember what the actual measurement is, but anyway, as you can see, I got these lined up. This edge, along with, I don't know if you can see it in this video or not. Let me wipe the lens off here real quick. Hopefully that helps. There we go. As you can see, I'll take my punch. See that line right there? I got the bracket mounted up with that line, because when you mount this section here that I cut out, I had to take measurements, and this bottom part of this lip here on this curve will hang down just a little bit below the actual factory bracket that's part of the suspension on the body. Anyway, it'll be doing just like this is doing right here. It barely hangs off, and so I want this to be level up here, and then it's going to be, there we go, centered. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see there. There you go. Anyway, got that set up, and I went ahead and bought this today. I needed one of these a long time ago. Anyway, you just, there, makes a nice little dimple, so you can start your drill bit. I use this drill press I bought from Harbor Freight. These step bits, Harbor Freight. Most of my tools I buy from Harbor Freight. Some, because I also work at Menards and I get some tools there. Like I'll pay a few extra bucks for these really nice quality drill bits right here. Master Force drill bits, 10 times the life. They're also specifically made for wood, metal, inox, and cast iron. If I said that word right there, INOX. Anyway, so it works on a variety of metals. Highly recommend those. This one was about $7.99 or $8.99 a piece, but they cut through it, especially this stuff like butter. These work really great too. You'd think these step bits that are cheap from Harbor Freight wouldn't work very well, and I use them all the time. I got all kinds of step bits. Matter of fact, I got these too. Anyway, so let me go ahead and I don't have a tripod or anything yet, so I can mount this camera up here. So I'm just gonna move something around, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. Set something up back here. Anyway, hopefully you can see that. It's the best I can do, short notice. And these have already got the flattened spots on the bottom of the drill bit, so you don't have to worry about slipping. And we're going to start off with a smaller drill bit that way. And since I'm not really doing some heavy drilling, I'm just going to start off just by hand tighten the chuck there and bringing this up. And then tighten it. And flip it on. Just enough to get a wider drill bit started. Okay. Get that up in there. It doesn't hurt to use a little oil down on the where you're drilling to. It helps lubricate the bit and helps it grip the bit grip the metal better, so it cuts better. Taking these down to 5/16 holes. And then what I do to finish it off, because these holes are going to get threaded, but at the same time I also have to put 4 holes on the back side of this to mount it so I know it's properly anchored. So I got to use a longer bit and drill through the top and through the bottom so it all makes the same hole in the same spot instead of slightly off. So Alright. They broke through the top half. Okay, so now, since I got those drilled, there we go. Get back out of the light there. They are now properly aligned, and they're ready for, where did it go here? So now all I gotta do is use this 3/8 16, and so it says here to use a 5/16 drill bit, and I already did that. And using some Fastenal grade 8 anti-rust coated bolts for the mounting here, and same thing with the so I already got one hole drilled here through the back side, and I got to remeasure over here, get the same width, or same drill hole, make sure it goes through the back. So like on the back side, I know this is so yeah, it'll have a hole here and a hole here, and one over here, and that'll be mounted. I'll have to run some bolts through here, or vice versa, through the back side, through the and then what I'll do is I'll put these back up, and then what I'll do is I'll use a Q-tip with a bent tip facing sideways and dabble a little paint on there. When I got this on mounted up against the bracket on the car, I'll come in there and I'll touch the paint on the inside to mark where I need to drill the holes on the actual factory original mounting plate. And then what I'm going to do is, once I get all this done, I'll be coming in here. I got a thick piece of 1.5 or 1 inch or something long, about 4 foot long strip of thick metal like this here, to come in here, and I'll have to cut out a section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce this cavity in here to give it a skeletal structure in here to keep this from possibly caving in if there's enough torque to do something. But it's just an extra precaution. I don't want to get all this together and then that happened when I could have just done it in the first place and have to start all over again. So always think ahead. Anyway, that's one. This what's left of the other piece. I got the actual other piece. This is actually, if you must know, like I said, I started out with a foot long piece of this 2x4 box tubing. I cut it out in 3.5 sections, and then, as you already know, this itself is 4. So yeah, and I just used the old chop saw over here to cut down through and cut them off, and then clean them up with a grinder with the grinder, and then maybe like some an orbital DA with some rough grit sandpaper to smooth out the sharp edges and whatnot. And so anyway, there's that. And I'm not going to make go through the entire steps, but anyway, you get the idea. There we go, focus. Anyway, you get the idea, and I rambled on long enough, and stay tuned, because the next video I will have these finished up, threaded, and we're going to be reattaching them. What I'm going to do is, after I get them stuff welded and cleaned and painted, I'll be doing a video on. You'll get to see me reinstalling these and fixing the issue, and then from there, if we still have a slight clearance problem between the top of the tire and the inner lip of the rear wheel wells, I will be making my own adjustable shackles. And the key is to, if you go to use adjustable shackles, make sure you use polyurethane bushings top and bottom. Don't use the old rubber ones, because they just flex too much, and it wants to cause the shackles to sideways, and it can cause a lot of problems. With the polyurethane bushings and better quality grade A bolts, they will stay a lot more true, straight up and down. Even if it flexes, it's not going to be able to do like they do with the rubber ones. But anyway, until next time, hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to comment below. Subscribe, doesn't cost you anything. And if you subscribe, leave a comment of some sort, even if it says hi. That guarantees your subscription, but that's not like, anytime you want to unsubscribe, you can unsubscribe. It's not going to it's not going to force you to stay. But it just helps out my channel. If you see like other channels out on YouTube do the same thing, that helps them, because YouTube likes to come through randomly on different channels, and because the YouTubers are not really responding to the videos, YouTube will go, oh, get rid of a few of these, and then before you know it, you say like your subscriber count's 500. Oh, now it's down to 489, something like that. So anyway, until next time.